special from Boneka.
There we go.
Now, wasn't that adorable? She is a real circus princess.
Start over.
Okay, hello everybody. You don't know what it means to me that Kat was acting for us. She is like my second child, grew up somehow in our house with Sarah, and thank you so much. And I think she needs an extra applause.
Oh, yes.
You know, when life gives you lemons, put on your clown nose and smile. I know that you all miss Sarah. But she sent her bestie. But I have a message from Sarah, and she is telling you her story. Enjoy.
Hi guys, it's me, Sarah. I'm so sorry I can't be here this year, especially since we're presenting my family story from my dad's side today. But I did send you my best friend Kat. Please be nice to her. I think she's gonna do a fantastic job presenting Helping Mom this year. So I hope you do enjoy this story about my family and have a great time. See you hopefully next year. Bye bye. Today, I would like to take you on my journey into the past. This is the story of two extraordinary women, a tribute to my great aunt Nini and my grandmother Maddie, and the Andreo-Rivera family story. Born in Spain 1897 as Marie-Louise Andreu, Nene grew up in the Victorian Edwardian era. This time period around the turn of the century was called the Belle Epoque in Europe, and it was the time of the Art Nouveau and the heyday of the circus. Growing up in the circus and traveling through Europe, she lived a typical circus child's life. Today was a day off from training, and Nene could play like any normal child. She still loved to dress up in various costumes and slip into her own dreams world. Most of all, she liked to play fortune teller with her friends. Without further ado, she grabbed her mother's shawl, tied it around her waist, over her long skirt, and loudly announced, "Today I am your fortune teller!" Then she took a glass bowl on the table, turned it around, and called her 5 brothers together. Who wants to know his future? Bolo, you are first! Circling mysteriously with her hands over the ball, she announced with a serious face, "You are getting married and will have 100 children." I'd rather not, if they're all as naughty as you are. Everyone was laughing. Then Jose stepped forward and asked, "And when do I get married?" "Ha! You're much too ugly! No one will take you!" Then she jumped up from the chair, ran around the table, and stormed through the caravan door into the open. She ran away as fast as she could. She knew her brother would not put up with this teasing so easily. And indeed, he immediately took up the chase. When he caught up with her, he grabbed her, tickled her, and said with a laugh, "And no one will take you!" "Ha! We'll see about that!" she exclaimed, wiggled out of her brother's grip, and ran back into the caravan. In the evening, she lay in bed, looked at the stars in the night sky, and imagined her own bright and colorful future. Things could have been as turbulent as this in the Andreo family. We do not know. But surely Nene, like all little girls, would have loved to dress up and dream about her future. No one knew that the famous Circus dynasty would emerge from this gang of rascals one day. As the only girl in the family with 5 brothers, it was certainly not always easy. In any case, the daily routine was characterized by hard training, because all children were involved in the circus performances from an early age, sometimes as early as 3 years old. This is a picture of Nene performing a ballet dance with her cousin Paulette. My great aunt Nene was an exceptional artist. Besides dancing and singing, she performed highly sophisticated acrobatics and was a sensation. While swaying on the base of a wheel, she balanced her brother Juan, who did a headstand on her head. In this photo, it is said it is her big brother Jose, dressed as a girl, doing a handstand on her head. For sure, we see that she had various costumes with ruffles, tulle, lace, sequences, and she was a real circus princess. Still performing under their family name, Andreo, and later as Les Petitos, Nene became famous all over Europe, especially in Spain and France. This old poster says, "The Andreos, the first and only." This is the only picture I found from Nene as an adult. It was Mom's inspiration for our doll. Look at the beautiful long dress with fringes and her full curled black hair. Nene suffered from a mysterious fever from which she never recovered, and sadly died early at the age of only 17. Maddie, my grandmother, Oma Trude. In another corner of Europe, in Schlesien, today Poland, another little girl was standing at the fence, also dreaming of her future. She had numerous siblings to take care of, and she was tired of changing their diapers and helping her mother to take care of the little ones, day by day by day. Gertrude knew this could not go on like this. She wanted to go out into the world. She admired the bright and colorful world of the circus. Artists in dazzling costumes performing amazing and breathtaking acrobatics. And not to talk about all the exotic, wild, and dangerous animals that can't be seen elsewhere. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a circus princess. And indeed, one day a small circus came to town. This was her chance. 14-year-old Gertrude packed her small belongings and ran off with the circus. The artist troupe, the Trabers, had taken her in and taught her a lot. And soon you could see her in the ring, performing under the stage name Maddie. Yes, that's how my grandma Trude was. If she had set her mind on something, then she did it, and there was no stopping her. After all, she made her dreams come true. One day, Maddie met the famous Rivel brothers. René and Maddie fell in love. They married and got 3 children. This is how my grandmother became part of the Andreo-Rivera family. The Andreo-Rivera family. Everything started with the great-grandparents. The Spanish trapeze artist Pedro Andreu and the French dancer Marie-Louise Lasserre had 6 children. Pedro, also called Pierre, is considered as the patron of the family, and he trained all his children with a strong hand. The oldest son, Joseph, was born in 1896, while the couple was traveling in a hand-drawn wagon. He later made a solo career and was known as the famous Charlie Rivel. One year later, Nene was born as the only girl in the family. Ree already heard her story. In 1899, Paul joined the family, who they called Polo. My grandfather, René, was born 1906 and had always been the white clown in the trio Rivel. Slowly, it became crowded in the circus wagon. 1906, Marcel was born, who they called Celito, which he also had chosen for his stage name. The last and youngest rival brother, Roger Rogelio, was born in 1909 and made the troupe complete. All of Pedro's children were incredibly talented and were trained by him in all types of acrobatics. Whether high in the air, trick riding on a horse, at the trapeze, or on the ground, the Rivel brothers could simply do it all. No wonder my grandmother fell in love with René. Hard work and training made them attractive young men with toned bodies, and they became successful and famous all over Europe. Combining clownery, music, and high sophisticated acrobatics, they were so versatile that they could create entire evenings on their own with their acrobatics and clowning acts. One of their parade acts was the bridge. Acrobatics that require a lot of coordination, strength, and practice. The Rivel Trio is a success story on its own, spanning half a century, with a trio that has seen three different combinations while remaining centered around René. The brothers Andreo were one of Europe's most successful and celebrated clown acts. From the poor son of a cabinet maker in Barcelona, Pedro and his children emerged to an international famous circus dynasty who are adored and appreciated in the circus world until today. Charlie Rivel, the clown with the square nose. They could have lived happily ever after, but every family story has a shadow side. While the family rejected the political developments in Nazi Germany, they retreated to France in 1935. Charlie, however, wanted to start a solo career and stayed in Germany. Charlie's closeness to Hitler later earned him the name Hitler's Clown. His motives, however, remain obscure. Charlie Rivel never publicly commented on the political situation in Germany, and his clowning entrees were also completely non-political. Regardless, Charlie Rivel's accomplishments and achievements remain undisputed. With everything he had learned from his father, he developed a solo program and became the most famous clown in Europe. He filled the biggest circus tents and halls and thrilled his audience with clownery, trapeze, and acrobatic acts like no other. His trapeze number, as a parody of Charlie Chaplin, was so good that even the real Charlie Chaplin was impressed. His square nose, long red t-shirt, and oversized shoes became legend, and he shaped the image of a clown that we still have today. He received numerous awards for his work. Statues have been erected to him. Circus awards had been formed after his silhouette. The cinema movie Acrobat Schön was filmed in 1943. And he was painted by many artists. He appeared on stamps, and even the clown figure from Playmobil looks like Charlie Rivel. Charlie Rivel had his last performance in Madrid in 1982 and died at the age of 87, 1 year later. But his legend will live forever. You think a family with 6 children is not a dynasty yet? Wait, here comes the next generation and why I am not a clown. Charlie Rivel had 4 children. His sons, Charlie, Juanito, and Valentino, later performed under the stage name Les Charlie Riveles. His daughter, Paulina, was a dancer and married the Danish circus director Schumann. She became famous herself. Also, Polo had many children who all worked in the circus from the very beginning. So far I know, his daughter, Josette, was the first female clown in the family. René added 3 children to the gang. My uncle Johnny was an acrobat as well and stepped in the Trio Rebelle when his father got ill. My aunt René performed with a dog show. Say ah and oh, 'cause here I am. Anything but a clown, and my dad isn't either. The story goes that they dressed my dad as a toddler in a clown outfit, and he was the cutest little clown who ever breathed. As soon as they let him into the ring and he caught sight of the audience, he stopped, turned around, and ran off the stage crying. And that was the end of the shortest clown career in history. My dad only spent his first years at the circus. He barely can remember this time. When Grandma Trude left the circus, she took little daddy by the hand and traveled from Spain through France to her mother, who was now living near Frankfurt. That's how my father came to Germany. He never experienced circus life again and grew up in a regular environment, away from the circus. My grandmother always remained connected to the circus, and I happily remember the stories she told me about the wonderful, glamorous world of the circus. One funny story my grandma told me was that René and her had the same shoe size. He was embarrassed to buy slippers for his acrobat act, since those were girl shoes. So she always went out to buy them for him. Isn't this real love? Maybe officially, I am not a clown. But today I enjoyed being your circus director presenting the story of Nini and Maddie. For today, the curtain falls, but the circus will live on.